Aiden, he's a pilgrim, a lonely wanderer in a world that's been chewed up and spit out by zombies. But he's not just any survivor. No. He's a post-apocalyptic Deliveroo driver, hauling goods from one rotting settlement to the next, desperately trying to track down his long-lost sister. It's a journey that's supposed to be epic, profound, full of soul-shattering revelations, right? But hold on, because here's the problem. The game around him? It's anything but epic. Welcome to a sprawling city somewhere in Europe, a place where 3 warring factions are locked in a never-ending power struggle for resources, and every one of them is insane. There's a lot of melee combat, a lot of people shouting at each other, a lot of screaming lunatics acting like they're the heroes of the apocalypse. And the mission? The mission is a never-ending cycle of fetch quests, raids, and dumb tasks that ultimately serve one purpose: to make you feel like you're stuck in an endless loop of meaninglessness. And the zombies? Oh, don't worry. They're everywhere. They're hungry. They're groaning. They're making this whole mess even worse. But there's something far more deadly than the undead that lurks in this game: boredom. The city's crawling with side quests, hidden weapon caches, bandit camps, and train stations that you'll unlock for fast travel. Oh, and let's not forget about the windmills. Yes, windmills that you need to power up to create safe houses. It's as if someone took Far Cry 3 and shoved it into a blender with a B-movie zombie flick. What do you get? Dying Light 2, a game that feels like a mashup of Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, and every other zombie game that's ever been made. It's a Frankenstein's monster of recycled ideas, only with the undead. Now, you'd think that there might be a little freshness here. After all, Park Hour, right? Aiden doesn't just stroll through the streets like some commoner. No. He leaps across rooftops, climbing, vaulting, using every scrap of the environment to keep his feet above the carnage below. It's a thrill when it works. But when it doesn't, it feels like the game's just tossing you from one rooftop to the next in a frantic, empty dance. It's not as fluid or instinctual as something like Spider-Man. No. It's a clunky attempt at evoking freedom, but it never truly gets there. And let's talk about the world around you. It's gorgeous. It's huge. But it's hollow. Standing atop a ruined building, surveying the devastation below, you feel something, right? You think you'll find some deep, philosophical meaning, like the last of his tender moments, right? Wrong. Because the world is alive with chaos, but it's a chaos that feels utterly meaningless. You're just hopping from one rooftop to the next, avoiding zombies while trying to keep your head down and, look, another fetch quest. Here's the truth. This game's story? Non-existent. I'm not even kidding. The central quest, the one that's supposed to have you emotionally invested, finding Aiden's sister, is nothing more than an exercise in treading water. It's like the game is desperately trying to follow the hero's journey formula, but every obstacle Aiden faces, it's just another fetch quest. Another mindless raid. Another trip to some camp to pick up items or talk to another grumpy survivor with a loaded backstory that doesn't matter. And don't even get me started on the characters. They are the walking dead of storytelling. You know the drill. There's the crazy general who's lost all sense of order, the libertarian Dudebro who thrives on chaos, and the would-be messiah who believes in some socialist utopia rising from the ashes of the world. And guess what? They don't show us anything. They tell us everything. They talk at you, throwing out backstories and hollow dialogue like they think they're writing a Shakespearean play. But it's all just empty words, recycled apocalyptic garbage. There's no depth, no soul, just walls of exposition that hit like a wet blanket. By the time you finish the game, you can't even remember who most of these characters are. Seriously, I couldn't recall a single name except for Lawarn, and that's only because she had a little bit of charisma. She's the only one who stands out. Everyone else? Forgettable. Tossed aside. They came, they yelled, they died. That's it. And the developers? They acted like this game was some kind of masterpiece. 500 hours OF gameplay, and they shouted, as if that's supposed to be a selling point. More words than War and Peace? What a joke. War and Peace is a classic because of the depth, the emotion, the humanity within it. Dying Light 2? It's just a bloated shell of a game, filled with pointless content and soul-crushing repetition. Here's the cold hard truth. If all you want is a massive zombie sandbox with loot, grind, and repetitive action, then congratulations, Dying Light 2 is your game. You'll get your dopamine rush. You'll level up, you'll collect weapons, and you'll kill zombie after zombie after zombie until you're numb to it all. But if you're hoping for something with meaning, something that will shock you, make you think, make you feel, then forget it. This game doesn't give you moments of tenderness or reflection like The Road or The Last of Us. It just shouts at you. It's a game that fills the world with noise, but that noise is just a desperate attempt to cover up how hollow everything is underneath. The best apocalyptic fiction knows how to lull you into a false sense of security before destroying you. Dying Light 2 doesn't do that. It just destroys. And it does it over and over again until you want to throw your controller out the window. The pandemic has taught us how intimate and weird a global collapse can be. Dying Light 2? It's a game that's so busy trying to be big, loud, and flashy that it forgets the real impact of an apocalypse. The world isn't just destroyed, it's hollowed out, and that emptiness lingers. The best apocalyptic fiction makes you feel something deeper. It hits you in the quiet moments. That's why The Road ends with a memory of trout in the stream. Something beautiful, something real. Dying Light 2? It ends with a loud bang. But it's just empty noise, filling the void. Maybe I'm done with the apocalypse. Maybe I'm done with this world. Because this one's already dead.